Yeah, just same thing that it is every week for us. Just prepare with purpose. I mean, when you do that, you have attention to details. Bring the effort, but make sure you've got good technique to go with it. So that speaks to your alignment, your positioning, your eyes, your footwork. I mean, and then it's just your commitment, to the task at hand. That's what it comes down to. You can't get outworked. The other team wants it just as bad as you. So, championship football comes down to execution and the little things. Both teams have played 8 games, so it's not like you're going to line up and just trick each other. You are who you are. So who can do what they do better? And it's just that simple. I mean, only one team go represent this division in the championship game, and it's going to be just down to 2 teams, and that's what it's all about, man. You love these opportunities. That's what November's about. You hope to be in this situation, so you just embrace it. You get ready and you go play.
Coach, piggybacking off of that statement, the next game mentality that this team carries and that you have as a mantra, this week there has to be a little bit of a window closed on that with the fact that this is a playoff game for you as taking the division. Is that creeping in anyone's head at all?
It's the biggest game of the year. I mean, it is. It's really no different. I mean, it's the biggest game of the year, and if we hadn't won last week, then this game wouldn't be as big. It just kind of ramps up as you go through November, from an outside standpoint. But from a team, you got 12 opportunities, and at the end of the day, every year we just want to be the best we can be. And right now we could still be 11-1. So you got to win 8, and that's all we're trying to do. And yeah, we all understand the picture of, okay, if you lose the game, you're most likely not going to win the division. But I guess they'd have to lose their last 3. That's probably not going to happen. So just take care of your business, and you don't have to worry about all that. But you want to win the championship every single year, and you want to stay in the hunt as long as you can. So we're going to do everything we can to try to win the game and keep pushing forward. But the season's not going to be over regardless. If we're not good enough to win it, you tip your hat, you shake the hand, you move on to the next one, and you go on to your next goals. And again, trying to be the best you can be, whatever particular season. If you're good enough to win it, you're still in it, but it's not over. You got to keep playing. So we don't really sit around worrying about, what if. We just focus on just having a great Tuesday practice and just put our best foot forward. If you do that, then you can live with whatever results you get as a competitor.
But the way that the game went down here between these 2 teams last year, it's a pretty easy to illustrate to these guys the different an inch here and an inch there makes in this game between a win and loss.
Yeah, I think they definitely understand that. Not just because of that game. I mean, our guys understand that you've got to play well, and you got to earn it, and especially when you're playing good teams, teams that are pretty evenly matched. You're not going to go on the road and beat NC State if you don't play well. It's just that simple. You don't go to Louisville and win that game if you don't play well. You don't go to Virginia Tech and win that game if you don't play well. You gotta show up. You gotta do the things that it takes to earn the win. And it's not any different this week, regardless of what happened last year. I mean, last year was a tough, hard-fought game. We were fortunate, came out on top, and but that didn't have anything to do with this year.
Coach, do you ever find yourself trying to manage emotions from certain guys? You ever see in practice that maybe a guy's a little too jacked up at the moment, and you have to kind of reel them in when you see the stakes rising a little bit?
Yeah, maybe some of the young guys. I mean, I think as a coach, you're always teaching, and you're always starting over in that aspect from a mindset standpoint with your team, because your team changes every year. If every year you had the same team back, you don't deal with some of those things. But that's where your leadership of your team comes into play. And again, if you do a good job of creating week in and week out that how critical this game is and how important it is, and playing to a standard and pride in your performance, then it's just the next game. And so you don't get distracted by all of that. And so that's what we try to work on around here, so that we don't have a lot of that where, oh, we're playing this team, we got to really practice well. We really try to practice well every week, and that's what we've probably done as good a job as anything around here. That's why we've been so consistent. But you're always kind of protecting that mentality, if you will, especially with your young guys.
Coach, do you have an update on Mark Fields, if he'll play this week and how he injured his foot?
Yeah, he just got hurt in the whatever the last game he played. Syracuse, yeah, just kind of hurt his arch in his foot, and just the arch part of your foot. Just had a hard time planting and cutting and doing what he needs to do. But he's pushing through, and hopefully he'll be back this week. But we don't have any decision on that yet.
What about Tanner Muse? Pre-game he came out with no cast, comes out for the game, has a cast on his hand. What happened there?
He somehow hit something in his hand, broke something in his hand there. I don't know, some kind of bone, and they put a cast on it. And I thought it happened. I don't think it happened in the pregame. I think it happened like
pre-game he came out had no cast.
Early in the game
Okay.
is when it happened. Because Dan, it didn't happen. We had one kid get hurt in the pregame, but not Tanner. His happened early in the game. Helmet or something hit it, and Danny Poole came to me and said, "Hey, I got to take Tanner in. His hand's hurt. We're going to X-ray it." And he came back shortly and said he's got a little broken bone in there, but we can cast it up, and he wants to come back and play. Okay. Next thing I know, he's out there with a big old club on his hand, padded up. Cast isn't very big, but the padding is enormous. So came back and played. Yeah, it was just early. It was early in the game, like real early. It was sometime in the first quarter.
How is Mark Zedman progressing?
He's still coming. He's still not quite ready, but he's practicing. I think it was last week was the first time we put him in green and really cut him loose to do the one-on-ones and all that. But it's just it heart breaks for him because he just wants to play so bad and he's ready to get out there. But you got to be able to. He knows what he can do, and you got to be able to, play to a high level. I mean, that position is, your feet is everything. Change of direction, lateral movement, weight transfer, and he's still not quite there. Like I said, he almost been better off to have broken a bone in his foot. But those sometimes the type of midfoot sprain he's had just can linger and take time to heal up. But he's getting better, and at some point I think he'll be back. But he's still not quite there.
Coach, you lost some great pass catchers